Shalom. I want to start giving all praise to Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi, Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for the teachings, among other things, and among other things, a salutation to all your Akim across the earth for doing this work in sincerity and in truth, and a shalom to a few sincere sisters that do their best to please Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi. So yeah, this video I basically want to go in, you see all the things going on in the world, This is also reminds me of, let me jump real quick to the book of Revelations, because that's also something that's going on. Let me see. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. So if you realize, if you are aware about the times that we are in, like the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 9 says, in the beginning, measure down the time diligently in itself. And that's what we need to do, measure the time diligently in itself, and see all these things that are going on. Because, the devil, and that's talking about the so-called white men, the elites, those who are in power right now, who the Most High have given the time to rule. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So he's in rulership right now, and he wants to perform his he got his goal, the thing that he wants. He wants everybody under control with the MOTB. So he's aiming that. With the C-19, he had everything, the whole system set, get ready, giving everybody the jabba do, So a lot of people sick, I see it, people that I know, that took the thing, and there's people that are constantly sick. There are people that are sick, waiting for death, basically, because of the jabba do, and I've been telling people that, but nobody wants to hearken, especially, and first and foremost, we're telling the children of Israel, because that's something that I personal felt called to do, and that's also a thing in the book of Ezekiel also says that, the Most High chose you, if somebody would tell me like 10 years ago, this is something that you are going to do, you're going to be on the highways and byways, and preaching out of the Bible, and telling about Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi, I wouldn't believe you. But here I am. Don't know exactly how many years. Could be 6, could be 7. I don't know who's counting. But I'm doing it, And the thing is, we're warning our people, whether they hear or forbear, And let me see. Let me jump real quick to the book of Ezekiel chapter 3, because this is what we're doing. This book of Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 17. Son of man, I've made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. So Israel are the children of Jacob. Jacob's name changed in Israel when he wrestled with the angel, and he's the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called Negros, Latinos, and the so-called Indianos. So we've been called, to be a watchman, warning our people. But do they listen? No, they don't listen. So let me just read the scripture. Son of man, I've made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. And that's something that we don't want. That's why we warn our people, whether they hear or forbear. The scripture said, prophesy unto the wind, because many are called, few are chosen. And the majority of our people ain't going to listen anyway, so they're going to die in their iniquity on this side. verse 19, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. And first and foremost, we aiming for salvation. Yeah, there are a lot of beautiful things. If you made it to the end, you're gonna be called great in the kingdom of heaven. You know, spiritual powers. Something beautiful to look forward to. But first and foremost is the salvation. And of course, some of us gonna be martyrs in the name of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. It's gonna happen. But nevertheless, you don't wanna bill, at the last moment. The scripture said this, the godly shall scarcely be saved. So that means that you're barely gonna make it. You're gonna be in doubt at the last second if you're gonna make it or not, because things gonna be horrible. This is nothing yet. You see people dying everywhere. It's in China, the Gugolinis, they dying very funny, man. A lot of them they had the jab do over there, and they dying very funny, man. I saw a couple of clips. I was laughing, man, on BitTube. I was like, man, that's hella funny, man. Because hey, don't get me wrong, I hate those Gugolini, But like the scripture said, I've made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. And Israel, Jerusalem was a people before it was a place. So, and our people are scattered all over the world. So what you're gonna have now, or what already have been, but what you're gonna see now more and more, people being judged all over the world, because our people are everywhere over the world. We got people teaching all kinds of places: Germany, England, America, Hawaii, the Bahamas, Jamaica, Barbados, Suriname. Of course, I'm from Holland. We got our brothers here in Holland, and what more? Peru, Nigeria. So there are many. Australia. And I know there are more places, but Finland. We got a brother in Finland. What more? Italy. Don't forget the brothers in Italy. So, and I probably forgot some places, but, forgive me, Salakia, for that. But, the thing is, people are everywhere. We even had a brother in America, he made a video in the Polish language, I had made video, also other brother that I know had made a video in the French language. I also did it myself. From time to time, I didn't do it a while, but I also used to make videos in the Papiamento language, which they speak on Curacao, Aruba, and I think also on Bonaire, I think, if I'm correct. And you got brothers speaking in the Spanish language. Also, of course, I also make videos in the English. I used to do also from time to time videos in the Dutch language, which you speak here. So you got the brothers from Germany teaching in English, teaching in the German. So of course the brother from Finland teaching in the Finnish language, and so you got the brothers that be teaching in the Portuguese language. I saw a brother from America do that. I don't know if he's still doing that, but I saw it. And so that already shows you there are a lot of languages being tackled already, So, and the scripture said in the book of Matthew, let me jump to that real quick. Let me see, chapter 24. The book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. And that's what you see going on right now. And a lot of people being judged, like I said before. You see people dying all over the planet, So a lot of people being judged. They heard about, we also got a brother in Tanzania, So that already shows you we are spread all over the world. And more brothers start waking up, because I also heard a brother show me a video, like as a brother from Colombia that also went to Peru to teach with the brothers over there. So he also woke up. So hey, this is a beautiful thing. This is the downfall of the end of Esau's rulership, man. And that's very beautiful to witness that. to see them going down slowly by slowly. So let me jump to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9 and 4. And Yahawah said unto him, go to the midst of the city, to the midst of Jerusalem. And that's what we do. We've been on the highways and byways, look in the place where the majority of the Jacob descendants, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the so-called Indianos are living. And we go and teach there, in the midst of them. So they're being marked. You're being marked. So people being marked, they're being marked if they don't want to listen. They're being marked if they do want to listen, because it's not only the men that do the work of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, who got a chance of salvation. Because, I'm not going to say who's going to get salvation, because we are the hopeful elect. We hope that we're part of that number. We're not sure. When Yahawashi comes back and he starts beaming up people, then we know if we're part of them or not. When we get beamed up. Before that, we don't know. We only can hope that we endure until the end. Like the scripture said in the book of Matthew, he that shall endure until the end, 24 and 13, if I'm correct, he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. So that's the thing that we look forward to endure to the end and get that salvation. Because, the scripture also said, he that bringeth water for the servants of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, he shall receive a prophet's reward. And what's a prophet's reward? That's that salvation. The Most High has mercy on who he has mercy. And don't forget, if you got wives and children, and if, they also can be saved by you. If you're going to get salvation, then your household is coming with you. So yeah, and the Most High has mercy on who he has mercy, because there are people, not everybody is going to be a watchman. You got people, you got helpers, got people who just, who is not in them to do the work like we do, but nevertheless they keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. They still hearken unto the words of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi by his prophets. So those people also might receive salvation from Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. So back to the book of Ezekiel. And Yahawah said unto him, go to the midst of the city, to the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst of. Because if you're not done with the system, and you try your best to please Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, then you might receive that mark that I just wrote what I just read about in verse 4, Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 4. Because you are not down with the system. All the sodomy that's being pushed, this pedophilia that you see everywhere, how the wicked keep on doing their shit, the wickedness of our people, committing adultery, shooting each other, all kinds of bullshit, If you're not down with that, then there's a big chance that you're going to get salvation. And to the others he said, in mine hearing, go ye after him to the city and smite, and let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. And that time is going to come. When Yahawashi is coming back, he's going to come with a reward for everybody. According your work shall be. Let me read that. That's the book of Revelation, chapter 22. And verse 12. And behold, I come quickly. So these are the words of Yahawashi. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man, and also for you women, according as his work shall be. So if you've been doing good stuff, then your reward probably is going to be salvation. But if you have been a wicked piece of shit, prepare yourself to die in horrible death. So, back to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, verse 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maid and little children and woman. So you already see that females be named twice. So a lot of our women, they're going to die, or a lot of our females, let me say that like that, because if you're a woman, then you are in order. But the majority of our females are out of order. So they're going to die in horrible death when Yahawashi is coming back. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark. So those who going to get the salvation and begin at my sanctuary. So the Most High is going to judge his own people first. Then he's going to start with the Edomites and the other nations. But are people going to be judged first? The house of Israel is going to be cleansed at first. Then they begin at the ancient men which were before the house. And why did they start with the ancient men? Because the ancient men supposed to know and supposed to teach the younger. Mm, mm. And he said unto them, defile the house and fill the courts with the slain, go forth. And they went forth and slew in the city. So yeah, man, these things are coming, So this is the time to come back to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Wake up out of sleep, like the book of Romans says. Let me grab that real quick. Let me see. Book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe. Yeah, we are closer to the end than we realize. We are closer to the end than we realize. Before you know, it's going to be too late. Like in the days of Noah. You'll be knocking on that, people were knocking on the door when the rain started to fall. Noah was preaching for 120 years. He's talking about rain. People didn't know rain. They only knew the dew. So they called him a fool and whatever. The whole world, everybody was against him. Only his household was with him. 120 years he preached unto the people, told them to get right and get back to Yahawah. Did they listen? No. They called him all whatever. They called him a crazy fool for building a big ship on dry land. And when the Most High told Noah to go inside with his household and the animals that the Most High told him to gather, so he went inside, the Most High shut the door, then the rain started to fall. And when the people saw the rain falling from the sky, then they started to get a little bit scared. But when they saw that it didn't stop and the water was getting higher and higher, then they were afraid. Don't you think that people were banging on the door, screaming, asking for forgiveness in order to come in? Because that's what people do. When you see earthquakes going on, then they start calling. Of course, they don't. A lot of them, majority of them, they don't got the names, so they be calling on jeebers and stuff. But then they want to get right, making all kind of promises, like to the Most High, like if you get me out of this, then I'm gonna do this and that, going to church and whatever bullshit and this and that. Hey, it's gonna be the same way. It's gonna be horrible, man. It's gonna be fire, nuclear missiles, chariots are about to come, laser beams. It's gonna be hell, man. It's gonna be hell. This gonna be something that's never have been before on this planet. So yeah, man. So yeah, like I said, this is the time to get back to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, because before you know it, you're too late, man. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. So with that, I want to give all praise to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, Baharuka Kodash, a double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us the scriptures, among other things, and salutations to Akim, because the earth for doing this work is the city and the truth. So with that, I'm gonna say Shalom.